Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Sock versus Happy, this game taking place here on Echo Isle. Over here on the top left-hand side of the map, we have Happy spawning as the blue Undead. Over here on the top right-hand side of the map, we have Sock spawning as the red human. This is a 1v1 matchup, human versus Undead. As well, the games are now getting underway. Let's see what's going to be happening in this particular set of 1v1 matchups. Let's take a look. Well, opening up Altar of Kings Barracks Farm. We should be looking at another farm right there. No big surprises. Meanwhile, off on the other side, it is Altar of Darkness Crypt, Tomb of Relics Ziggurat. No big surprises either here. Now, standard strategy should look for a Death Knight versus either an Archmage or a Mountain King, and it is going to be an Archmage. One thing I will note, of course, Echo Isle only has 2 additional gold mines on this map, making resources rather limited. They do have a large amount of gold in them, though, 12,500. So with that said, they can mine for about another 20 minutes here. Now, resources then, because they are limited, managing your taxes is always a big change in the game. Hello, Raynor, how are you doing? As we are looking as the Archmage is about to make its way out. On top of that, managing your creeps is also very important, as well as we know that creeps do end up giving a bit of gold, and well, those do change things over time. Sheep gonna get taken down. There it goes. Acolyte now on the move, scouting off to the north. Death Knight now making its way out onto the field, as we are also going into a graveyard. Death Knight does pick up a Rod of Necromancy and is going to be trying to use a bit of pressure to, well, slow down and limit the amount of damage the Archmage can do. Alright, Archmage gets that. No big problem there whatsoever. Now going after the Forest Troll Trapper. Forest Troll Trapper will get taken down. Water Elemental could end up getting taken down as well. Is it going to end up getting taken down? Yes, it does. Death Knight gets experience. Death Coil now onto the Archmage, as we see a little bit of additional damage right there. Oh, yes, finally getting taken down at the hands of a footman. Well, I guess technically the sword of a footman. Peasants now back to work once more. Arcane Tower not yet up and running, and this is a little bit of a problem. Sock is, well, not very well protected here. You can take a look. Skeletal minions taking a little bit of damage. Meanwhile, back off to the north, it looks as though there are a lot of peasants. We should be looking at some sort of attempt at a tower here, as you saw that Rod of Necromancy used on another charge down across here. Arcane Tower about to come to an end here. Death Knight now wandering around, and even though the Death Knight is not well, doing any of his own major creeping, he is denying the Archmage. You can take a look at the supply discrepancy. 30 supply compared to 19. Happy has tech to tier 2 already, and he doesn't have that many units out onto the field, but he is somehow still keeping Sock, well, away from being able to engage freely. Okay, Arcane Tower getting in some damage once more. Archmage will be forced to pull back. Archmage does not have Brilliant Aura, though. And with 1 Rod of Necromancy, well, down, and oh wow, there was still some skeletons right there. Death Knight is ready to come back in for more harassment. Thank you for everyone who said hello on Twitch. Militia now making their way down. 34 compared to 22 supply right now. Archmage desperately wants to get to that next level, wants to get Brilliance Aura here, ready to go. Let's take a look. Forest Troll Trapper should get taken down in no time flat. There it goes. There goes another Forest Troll Trapper. There it goes as well. As the Death Knight, let's take a look at this, absorbing a lot of damage. Skeletal minions are now out onto the field. Who is going to get the last shot off? There it goes. Archmage gets it, as the, well, Death Knight picks up that, well, very valuable Ring of Protection +3. Skeletal minions could get taken down. Death Coil trying to finish off a peasant. Peasant gets taken out in the back. Skeletal minions finish all off, as we have 6 peasants here ready to go once more. 25 over 30 supply by Happy compared to 35 over 42. Tech to tier 2 not yet started, obviously, as Sock now setting up an expansion here with 6 peasants. One of those peasants building up most likely will be an Arcane Tower. Now, buildings are going to be difficult right here. There is a single way to get inside here, but because of the positioning on that Arcane Tower, well, trying to run through with any units, skeletal minions and Death Knight will pretty much be absolute suicide. Almost incorporating some tower defense builds right there to make it difficult to get inside that base. On top of that, well, the Archmage should be able to stay alive here, and there is not very much room for anything else going on the inside. Sok is going to be forced to perhaps try and build up some additional towers, perhaps an arcane vault, as he is behind on tech. His opponent is at Halls of the Dead, already getting his Slaughterhouse onto the field, and Slaughterhouse with Lich and Crypt Fiends, well, this tier 2 push could spell certain doom. All right, Nightcrawler about to get taken down. There it goes. Archmage picks up the item there. I believe there was also a Tome of Intelligence. Meanwhile, well, the Murlocs doing a lot of damage. Crypt Fiends now trying to come in with an engage. Death Knight still sitting at level 1, as the Arcane Tower does a bit to fight back against all of these units as well. Now, the Lich is making its way over, and we know that the Lich and that Frost Nova can do quite a bit of damage. Meanwhile, Murloc Huntsman going to get taken down right here. Footman trying to engage. Still no Arcane Vault. That is now being built, as the Archmage still trying to get to level 3. All right, we're going to get a surround right there. There's level 3 now onto the Archmage. Water Elemental going to get taken down. There it goes, as the Lich perhaps looking to land a big Frost Nova. All right, damage right there. That Water Elemental could end up getting taken down. Footman now making its way over. Archmage is at level 3, but it doesn't look like that much experience will be earned. Tech to tier 2 just now started, and there is going to be a prime window of opportunity for Happy to capitalize on the incoming Obsidian statues and be able to trade efficiently. The Archmage is also low on mana. These are all things that the Death Knight of Happy is considering. The problem right now, well, the Death Knight is still sitting at level 1, and it doesn't have Unholy Aura, making retreats, hit and run tactics, well, rather difficult. Big Frost Nova right there. Footman with the Fen. Lich is in trouble. Death Knight could try and, well, give the Scroll of Town Portal. Is it going to be enough? Wow. Gave the Scroll of Town Portal over, and it still ended up not being enough. He didn't use the Scroll of Town Portal. Happy said, you know what? Better to just let it die. It is still just level 1. I now have an Obsidian statue who can give me mana and hit points on this Death Knight. Let's see if I can make Sok pay for this expansion. Sok, well, building up a whole bunch of towers here, and this is a problem. Sok on a map like this, where you have limited resources, over investing or investing in this many towers for stationary defense, where eventually they are not going to be that useful, well, can come back to bite you unless you're actually fighting underneath the towers. The towers are maybe a deterrent at most, and not very useful as a trade for resources. We're at 45 supply compared to 45 now. Tech to tier 3 nearly done. And if perhaps Happy goes for a mass Obsidian statue with Destroyer strategy and has mana, these towers, because they are so tightly grouped together, could end up splashing together and still taking a lot of damage together. Death Knight now making its way through Obsidian or Water Elemental, trying to push through, ending up gonna get taken down. 1 or 2 more shots should do it. There it goes. Oh, beautiful denial by Sok. Meanwhile, the Footman coming in from the other direction. Obsidian statues are right here. Let's take a look. A little bit of damage. Footman now making their way over. And, well, without the Frost Nova of the Lich to slow them down, the Footmen of Sok are still placing down quite a bit of pressure. Death Knight still off over here, trying to regroup. Obsidian statues rejoining Death Knight, picking up that Orb of Corruption, as well. Sok doing an interesting decision, actually getting a little bit too close right there, as the Crypt Fiends may be forced to try and back up. All right, Death Knight is in location. Obsidian statue now trying to come back. Death Knight wants to regroup with this army, unable to do exactly that, but both sides are picking each other apart. The good information for Sok, though, let's take a look at this. 1 Nerubian Tower, 1 Black Citadel coming across. The Tomb of Relics taking a lot of damage, and the Footmen with the Fen showing up to the party. Destroyer now out onto the field, going to be going after some of these Footmen, and this is just going to be bad news right here. All right, going after some of those Footmen now. Let's take a look and trying to finish off some of those units. Death Knight could easily finish off 1 Footman. There goes a Death Coil to finish off 1. Death Knight going after some more units. There goes another Footman now. Level 3 now on the Death Knight. Meanwhile, back across over here, well, it looked like, well, yeah, Sok That was a strange move by Sok. Sok lost a lot in that fight, was able to take down a tomb of relics, and that was pretty much it. Let's take a look. Archmage is still, where is that Archmage now? I'm finally back across over here, being forced to heal back up, as the units are now gonna try and regroup here. Now the natural or the main base also very heavy on towers once more, and this is something that meat wagons can easily well put in pressure and deal damage towards. However, the undead army has, well, always been known to be very weak against actually destroying buildings. You can take a look at this. All of these Crypt Fiends, the Lich, the Death Knight, Obsidian statues in the back, and all of them pretty much not really doing much of anything. Meanwhile, we are now going into Tier 3 and Air with Griffin Aviaries. If we are going to perhaps have web on those Crypt Fiends, that may be more than enough, perhaps even transitioning into Gargoyles. All right, let's take a look. Can these units actually start putting pressure onto some of the, well, that farm while is under construction. Big Frost Nova right there. Arcane Tower took a little bit of damage, and that Lich is just going to stand right there doing damage across the board. And trying to slow that down a bit. All right, finishing off one peasant. There goes another peasant. There, peasant after peasant could get taken down. No micro to try to finish them off, though, as the Death Knight Obsidian statues are all healing up a little bit with that Unholy Aura and those Obsidian statues. Well, damage is just still coming through. 56 supply compared to 48. Sok doesn't seem to mind this. Griffin Aviaries are out here. We are going into Cloud. Cloud has become a main staple for undead armies, it appears, to try or versus undead armies because of how often these Ziggurats and this Black Citadel is tightly grouped together. All right, Crypt Fiend taking a little bit of damage right there, but you can see one Obsidian statue more than enough to counteract the damage from one Arcane Tower. Meanwhile, more damage still coming through. We are looking at supply count 60 or 52 over 84 right now, as the Lich is now in trouble. All right, Destroyers are all coming in. Yeah, this was that absorb mana strategy that I was talking about earlier. So much damage has come across now. Low hit point, Crypt Fiends, Destroyers are all coming across here. Damage, splash damage from those Destroyers dealing so much damage. There goes another tower again. Sok gonna lose this base. Sok gonna lose another tower once more. There goes one more volley. Arcane Tower could get taken down. Meanwhile, Cloud now being cast on the Black Citadel here, causing major problems, as the Acolytes could end up getting taken down. All right, every single guard tower gonna pretty much be lost here. Death Knight does have, no, Lich has the Scroll of Town Portal. Why isn't he using it yet? Gonna go ahead and finish those off. We can see more damage onto some of those peasants. There they go. No, peasants not taken down. Meanwhile, Scroll of Town Portal to get out of harm's way. One footman left behind, as well, units are now gonna regroup. Following for years, nice to see you cast live. Thank you for following me for years. Always nice to have a long-term viewer finally be able to catch up with me. All right, Destroyers overhead. Let's take a look. Guard towers being placed down by Sok, and if Happy is not careful, his expansion will have a lot of towers right there, but Sok's main base is pretty much bare. He has nothing to really deal with this Destroyer army. Crypt Fiends are already out here as well. Let's take a look at this. Destroyers are here ready to go, and Sok's main base will get taken down. All right, if this turns in, oh, thank you for the bits. I'd love to watch, but I don't want that guy in the corner on his phone, so here's 100 bits. All right, let's take a look at this. Continuing to deal more damage. Once again, this castle will get taken down. Thank you for the bits. Again, as the Archmage, now with Orb of Fire, we are looking at Dragonhawk Riders now pushing through. Do we have a Scroll of Town Portal? Yes. Death Knight is right here, and this is going to go back to that original problem for the Undead. Undead does not have that much that can really deal damage to an Undead base, and when you have Dragonhawk Riders, the Undead base, which, well, was for so many times like an impenetrable base because of that blight and these cold towers, one Dragonhawk Rider is just holding it all off at bay. Acolytes with the repairs, Stormbolt, Paladin is right there. We're going to see perhaps another use of Cloud right here, reducing the amount of damage, and it is now just turning into an absolute base race. Scroll of Town Portal finally being used. Castle looks like it could get taken down to 5 hit points. Wow, a split-second difference right there, as you can take a look. Oh, wow, Destroyer, Water Elemental, unable to finish that off there. The main base, no Griffins can be trained, only Arcane Vault. Yes, Arcane Vault is right here. And this expansion, if there is mana available on Obsidian statues, all of a sudden these Destroyers could in fact deal a lot of damage. Death Knight gonna try and engage once more, perhaps trying to get a little bit more mana here, ready to go. Ogre Warrior will get taken down. Destroyers could easily perhaps try to devour some magic as well. Acolytes still mining away here. Meanwhile, we are speed building another town hall. Sock is going to be up on 2 bases again, and one of them being the actual natural expansion of Happy. All right, coming back down, let's take a look. Do we have web? No web. That is a bit. Oh, there's a web. Finally getting a Dragonhawk Rider, being able to pick that off. That is going to be a big win there, as the Undead army is very fast with that Unholy Aura. Death Knight leading the way. All right, Crypt Fiend's going to try and go after this, disrupting a bit of that heal. Are we going to perhaps get a Frost Nova? Stormbolt onto the Lich. Footman getting taken down once more. Lich now gets up to level 3 as the army is still wandering around. Destroyers, 2 Obsidian statues here ready to go. Crypt Fiend, meanwhile, inside the base here, no one is mining. More guard towers trying to be reconstructed as we're aggroing creeps again. All right, Dark Ranger also being added in here, and are we going to perhaps be looking for Black Arrow, Dark Ritual in order to keep mana on that Lich? If all of a sudden the Destroyer starts absorbing mana from that Lich, and as that Lich also tries to get mana from those other minions, that may work out well. Happy's spider sense, or Happy's sense, is tingling. He knows that something is going to be going down inside his base momentarily, going to be going after these units. Perhaps he spotted them. Here we go. We see all of the units in action, as we could see a couple of Devour Magic. There you go, trying to finish off a Water Elemental and perhaps finish off some more units. Death Knight still leading the charge here, going after those Footmen. Footmen taking that damage. Stormbolt, Web now being focused down here. Dragonhawk Riders could be in trouble, as 2 units could easily get taken down. There goes one. A Footman gonna get taken down right there. There goes another, and there goes another as well. Sock down to 47 supply. Happy is sitting at 61. 3 bases to 1 base, and this base only has 7 minutes worth of, well, not 7 minutes, a little bit more than 6, or a little bit less than 6 minutes worth of mining left. Happy does sit on a larger army right now. Meanwhile, mining is happening as well. We are at full upgraded towers for the human player, as this base is going to get canceled once more. All right, guard towers all right here. Massive damage coming across. Absorb mana. Death Knight gonna charge on in here. Dark Ranger, well, pretty much healed back up, and these guard towers are gonna get taken down in no time flat. Finishing off the last of those units there. These peasants in the back, these Griffin Aviaries should perhaps stop trying to repair, as we now, or trying to train up units, as we see a Scroll of Town Portal. Are they going to try and get away? There's another web right there going after a low hit point Dragonhawk Rider. There it goes. Dark Ranger gets up to level 2. Water Elemental trying to get away. Death Knight still trying to chase after some more units, perhaps going to be able to get some mana as well. Dark Ranger leading the charge. Death Knight level 2 Unholy Aura moving out very quickly. Dragonhawk Riders making their way back across the other direction, as we're seeing more damage come across. There goes 63 supply compared to 45. Death Coil, Frost Nova onto the Paladin. Silence. Divine Shield on the Paladin just in time. Archmage has no way of easily healing though, as the Death Knight, well, should be able to easily finish off that Paladin there. All right, Mountain King next up. However, a quick Stormbolt turnaround denying that chase. All right, a little bit more than 4 minutes of mining left. Sock still mining at this other base across over here. Arcane Vault down across here. More mining here, trying to tech to tier 2 as the, Mountain King. Is he going to be able to head back? Does have a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Is he going to use it in time? There's a Death Coil. There is another one right there. What is going on? Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, as Sock is purposely trying to lead his opponent away from this expansion. All right, this has been a mental game every step of the way. Mountain King trying to get away now. Let's take a look at this. Paladin is out onto the field. Holy Light saves it as the units are now going to go back the other way. Dragonhawk Riders are right there. Crypt Fiends trying to get a couple of webs down. Let's take a look. Mountain King is healed back up. Peasants should not be trying to lurk over there in those forests. There's a bunch of undead units. Tech to tier 2, nearly done. Paladin, well, let's see what's going to be happening here. Guard towers suffering a lot of damage. Archmage making its way over. Mountain King making its way over. Stormbolt comes across. Archmage, yes, finishes off one. Mountain King, little bit of trouble. Double boots of speed. It doesn't need both of them. What is going on there? As a Holy Light once again onto the Mountain King to try and keep him alive. Archmage could give the Orb of Fire to the Mountain King to allow damage onto those destroyers, but the Archmage also wants range to prevent healing onto those Crypt Fiends, as we can still see a bit of mining going off over here. All right, let's take a look. One ghoul making sure no mining happening here. Death Knight now pushing into the Gargantuan Sea Turtle on over here on the bottom right. Where is that main army? As you can take a look, Dragonhawk Riders making sure to finish off that ghoul. That ghoul is about to get taken down. This gold mine only has 2.5 minutes left, as well. The Death Knight finally gonna scout out this location and see, wait, this expansion, well, 3,000 gold has already nearly been mined out here. All right, Dragonhawk Riders, Mountain King gonna make its way over. Perhaps he knows the timing on the gold, knowing that, you know what, I need to force my opponent to fight inside his base. I cannot let him know what is going on right here, as a ghoul going to get taken down. Archmage gets up to level 4 here. Meanwhile, the expansion has been scouted out. Arcane Tower, Guard Tower, all right here, ready to go. Guard Towers should be focusing onto all of those units, as we now see the Death Knight up to 5. Peasants, massive repair. Scroll of Town Portal, that's the worst place to Scroll of Town Portal, as one guard tower will get taken down. One destroyer is taken down. Archmage teleports away, but the Dragonhawk Rider a bit too far. All right, more repairs underway. Double lumber mills in the front to try to offer as a bit of protection. This is going to be strange. The Scroll of Town Portal was not at the right location. Sock just double-clicked it instead of trying to Scroll of Town Portal down across here. And this is going to be some free damage onto these guard towers while the rest of the army is away. Guard tower trying to put pressure. Dark Ranger now sitting up at level 3. The army now trying to make its way back over. Sock says it's not worth saving. Heading back over here to the top left to try to put pressure down onto this haunted gold mine and the main Black Citadel. Guard towers continuing to poke apart. More damage perhaps. Arcane Tower. Lich now out of mana. Death Knight. Dark Ranger should actually be being hit right now instead. Lich doesn't matter anymore, but it doesn't look like this Arcane Tower is being microed. All right, going after some other units as well. Acolyte could get taken down. Let's take a look at this. Paladin is not... Paladin and Mountain King is not making its way over. What is going on here? Undead being forced to retreat back as the units are still fighting away. All right, Orb of Fire, more damage coming across. Dark Ranger trying to save. Paladin still fighting here once again. Death Knight is still there. Mountain King, all right, finishing off another Acolyte again. Mountain King does not have enough for a Stormbolt. Finishing off another Acolyte, yes, gets it down in time, as this haunted gold mine needs to be repaired for just a little bit. Meanwhile, Crypt Fiends down across here, and once again Sock makes the same mistake. He teleports to the wrong location. Could have had 3 easy dead Crypt Fiends here, and that would have evened up the supply count overall. Instead, well, away from all of the action once more mining still happening down across here. There's been about 4,000 gold mined from this gold mine, as we are now looking at the Griffins joining in on the fight. All right, this creep camp has already been cleared out. Archmage is away from the action. Mountain King away from the action. Paladin trying to get to level 3, will not get there, way too far out, but will get a little bit of experience to add to, well, the rest of it all. Paladin sitting at level 2 right now. This expansion not worth saving. This gold mine, 6,000 gold left in the main gold mine. 5 minutes of mining still available. We could perhaps see some long distance mining getting underway here in just a moment. 47 supply compared to 59. Sock has, well, been trying to stay out of taxes for quite some time. Meanwhile, well, Meanwhile, Happy has been staying in low upkeep hell for so long. He has killed more units. That is the reason why his levels are higher. 5-4-3 compared to, I believe, a 4-4 or 4-4-3 or 4-3-2. No, Paladin got to level 3 all of a sudden. I don't know where that last creep camp was, but he was able to get to level 3 from creeps. Dragonhawk Riders able to make their way over. Paladin spots this, says, you know what, I'm going to go after an Ogre Warrior creep camp. Every bit of gold matters right now, as the Mountain King. Boots of Speed. I believe the Paladin also has Boots of Speed now. Yes, also has Boots of Speed, as we're going to transition back over here. Last Lumber Mill about to be taken down. All right, Arcane Vault could get taken down. Units are now making their way back over. Scroll of Town Portal will be difficult. Paladin trying to finish off some of these key buildings as well. No easy way to finish that off. Stormbolt onto that unit, as well as the Griffins are going straight after those units. All right, Dragonhawk Riders now pulling back. The Griffins going straight after the Obsidian statue. That is a key easily destroyable unit right now. I don't believe there's that many Obsidian statues left out onto the field. And with that said, Stormbolt again, Death Knight constantly just getting Stormbolt as the Archmage, and that Brilliance Aura keeping this, well, human tri-hero army alive. So many air units available. Units trying to back away once again. Destroyers 1-0 upgrades. Where are all of these units perhaps going to try and go next? Crypt Fiends backing away. We're going to take a look. Acolytes going to join in on the action, finishing off an Arcane Vault. As Sock, well, Sock is still currently mining away, but only 12 seconds of mining left. We may have that Walk of Shame coming across right over here. Meanwhile, we could see another cast of Cloud to try and disrupt all of this here. Obsidian statues are going to be absolutely critical and key. 2-1 upgrades on all of this now, as we are going to be trying to engage. There are destroyers right here ready to go. Let's take a look at this. The Dragonhawk Riders, well, can say, you know what, if you want to engage me, I will engage you straight up. There you are. Dragonhawk Riders going straight after all of those. There's the Cloud. Crypt Fiends, however, webbing down a couple of units. Where are the rest of the units? And this is a problem. All right, four Dragonhawk Riders down. Sock is in trouble. Meanwhile, back down to the south here, well, the main army is trying to engage. Mountain King trying to finish out the Death Knight. Death Knight down to 417. Mountain King could try and Stormbolt some of those additional units. Paladin trying to, well, get into harm's way, as the Death Knight down to 384 hit points. Where is that Paladin going? All the units are going back every which way. Holy Light Archmage saved, as the Dark Ranger and those Dark Minions are getting stronger and stronger. Stormbolt, long distance Stormbolt trying to save. Holy Light, Death Knight, Scrolls of Town Portal to save. Archmage, Mountain King, Paladin. Is it going to get saved? Yes, it does, as we are now going back down here. Gold mine is completely exposed. Units need to run back in from the north, trying to finish off all those units there. There goes one Acolyte. Second Acolyte could get taken down. Mountain King could try to go for another Stormbolt. Archmage does have a Scroll of Town Portal. Will be able to get out of this tough spot here in just a moment. Finishing off another Acolyte should be easy. There it goes. Scroll of Town Portal in order to get away. Mountain King could be in trouble, and it gets taken down at the last possible moment. Oh, wow. Death Knight now heading back away. Griffins, well, army of Griffins, 65 supply. Sock has been sitting on a large amount of gold, it appears, as the units are now trying to get away. A big Frost Nova there, meaning Crypt Fiends will be able to line it up, and now turning back around to try and fight and engage. All right, 2 units are currently down. Paladin unable to Holy Light 1. Perhaps they're going to be able to Holy Light another unit there. No, Paladin going to be going after the Obsidian statue, diving on in. The Griffin Riders are winning with mass numbers right now. As you can take a look, there goes another Crypt Fiend again. No, Crypt Fiend able to stay alive. Another Dragonhawk Rider down. The Dragonhawk Riders are the key units now for the human. Can Sock keep them alive? Lich now up to level 5. One Dragonhawk Rider is alive. Let's take a look. Another Crypt Fiend barely saved again, as the numbers are just fighting back and forth. Archmage trying to finish off another Crypt Fiend. There's a low hit point Crypt Fiend. It gets taken down. Water Elemental could try and fight back. Crypt Fiends are still too numerous to count, as there are still 2 destroyers up in the air. Holy Light not winning enough. Paladin, well, Paladin is trying to win this war pretty much by himself. All right, Paladin continuing the battle its way through. We could see some more Holy Light. Griffin Rider down to dead, as the Death Knight now gets up to level 6. More fighting underway. Holy Light saves another Griffin Rider. Paladin trying to, well, dish out more damage still as another destroy. Oh, was that a Staff of Sanctuary? Staff of Sanctuary saves. Militia now pushing through as well. Where are they going to go? Dark Ranger could have been surrounded, was surrounded for a moment, and now what's going on? Dark Ranger now surrounded by mass militia. Archmage going to try and engage as we see Water Elemental is out onto the field. Let's take a look at that. That Destroyer could get taken down. It gets taken down as well. Dark Ranger surrounded by militia. Death Knight without mana. What is going on? Able to push through right there as we may see the death of another, well, Crypt Fiend. Crypt Fiend now down. Mountain King out onto the field. Mountain King Stormbolt onto the Lich. Lich could get taken down. Death Knight. What is going on? Frost Nova, last dying effort. Lich gets taken down. Paladin and Archmage both level up as the Death Knight runs away. All right, Dark Ranger trying to get away here. No long distance mining that I see. No mining off over here. Griffin is getting Staff of Sanctuary. There is 5 Acolytes here. Mountain King going to show up to the party and say, you know what? Let's finish off some of these units. Paladin does not want to disrupt his Holy Light or his Clarity potion, as the Mountain King could easily try to finish out some units. Stormbolt onto a Crypt Fiend. Down it goes. Let's take a look. Mountain King still here on the party. Archmage, Orb of Fire coming across. Additional units. Mountain King could easily turn back around, finish off another Crypt Fiend. There it goes as well. Mountain King still has mana, going after some additional units. Paladin sitting at level 4, and you can take a look. There goes one as well. There goes another Acolyte. All right, Mountain King is here. Mountain King and Socks, just Tri-Hero Army, may be able to squeeze out a victory here as the Obsidian Statue about to get taken down. Water Elemental gonna get denied. Archmage should really give the Orb of Fire to the Mountain King now. You need as many units as the Destroyers, well, are your main threat. Coming back the other way, Archmage, what is it going to do? Griffin Rider right there. Let's take a look. Stormbolt onto the Lich. Lich easily going to get a Death Coil. Griffin Rider currently alive. Mountain King still running around, going after the Lich on the other side. Says a meet and greet. There's a hit. There's a Stormbolt. Death Coil. Is it going to be in time? No, not in time. Mountain King gets up to level 4. Paladin now, well, would have followed up with the heal. Instead, Sock comes away with the victory after a crazy game between these two. Happy with a significantly higher hero score. The unit score is higher by Sock just because of the resource score. The amount of gold mined, a 10,000 gold difference between these two. And Sock, I gotta hand it to him. He played an incredible game where he was purposely keeping Happy away from Happy's natural expansion. It was never scouted out. 4,000 additional gold mined there, unbeknownst to Happy. Happy also, if you look at this, Happy lost more gold to upkeep. You rarely ever see this. 10,000 more gold mined by Sock overall. And Happy lost 2,000 more gold to upkeep. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.